All right, welcome back to another episode of Can of Worms. This is Brian, and I am here tonight with Cedric, Nick, and Chris.
Yo, yo.
Hello.
Hey, all right. And we are going to be talking about Fortnite being blacklisted by Apple. For those who aren't aware, just a little bit of backstory. Epic Games, the publisher and developer of Fortnite, they were removed from the Apple platform, the iOS store, I believe last year, uh, because they had essentially created a scheme that pushed the in game transactions to a third party payment system that Apple did not receive their 30% cut of. And so
Well, it's not that they were supposed to receive. It's they were mad that they weren't getting any money and requested 30% as part of an old
Oh.
lawsuit.
You
Okay.
you let someone into the party and they were cooler than you.
Yeah,
And now
and
you're
then you
just
were
sitting
like,
there in the corner looking all pissed off.
yeah.
And
So yeah, the original lawsuit from 2 years ago was
okay.
that the free app Fortnite had millions and millions and millions of dollars coming in through iOS, but Apple wasn't receiving nearly as much money as they felt like they were entitled to because the in-game shop for Fortnite goes directly to EA
Wait, you mean
Wait,
or
what?
Epic, right?
or Epic.
Yeah, I mean,
Epic?
there's
Yeah.
I
Epic.
do
It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
Screech.
my bad.
No, you're good, man.
I get my greedy mega corporations.
Yeah, and so that is at the heart of this, and that's what we were just
Yeah.
talking about before we started recording. Is that this is kind of a battle between two sort of bloated, disgusting giants that already have more money than you could
Wait,
possibly.
but it's like the makers of Fortnite really bloated, giant, disgusting. It all one game,
Now
one
they
game,
are.
but before their catalog, just because they're successful doesn't make them greedy.
Is it okay if
That's
I
true.
hate them just because of what they did to a generation of gamers?
I hate them for what they've done to pop culture.
You hate it because it's geared towards the children.
No,
I-
not at all.
I hate
Like I think it's. Go ahead, Nick.
I hate Fortnite for the same reason I hate Among Us. I hate what it's done to pop culture.
I hate what they did to the original premise.
Exactly 100%.
The original premise of
It's
that game was
it's
brilliant.
big. It's gonna make its niche in pop culture. You know what I mean?
I think it's a necessary evil.
It's an annoyance. Can we agree on the word? It's an annoyance because it's always in your face, and the people are always doing the damn Fortnite dances and shit and Ninja. Can we just agree that it's Ninja's fault?
Oh, yes, we
Yes. No, maybe so. Okay.
I mean,
all right. You hate
sure.
Fortnite because of Ninja. All right, we can move on.
can. So Apple also is a company where, in fact, honestly, I'm more in Epic's court here because Apple is a company where its fanatics really help you hate Apple.
As you should be, because if you don't know, Apple's actually a quote unquote Christian based company.
No.
Their logo, yes,
Really?
yes, it is. Uh-huh.
With
Hmm.
Tim
Have-
Cook as the
they
CEO?
follow they follow Christian-ish values, and I know this because
Ish.
I used to do support for Apple,
Oh.
and from their logos to their it's not Christian, but it's family oriented
Oh,
company with AKA Christiany. They won't come out and say they're a Christian based company because they're in
It's in the
Cupertino,
roots.
Texas.
You know why? If I was talking to an Apple exec right now, why I would call them out on such bullshit on that? It has nothing to do with Tim Cook or anything like that. But they gave away a U2 album, forced it upon people. U2 folks.
Yeah, nobody wanted
No, I love
No,
80s music and 90s music, but holy shit, a U2 album. Post 2000.
Yeah, I was gonna say a newer.
but yeah, their whole logoing and where it's located, they don't put it over the breast. They don't put it over the nipple. It has to be a few inches up above the breast, near the heart. It can only be a certain size. It can't be on the ass or anywhere near that. Anything like that. And so that's the kind of just painting the picture of Apple. I'm not saying Apple's the worst company in the world. I'm just saying I'm putting things into perspective for you.
Right. They're sort of militant like Disney in a way then.
Very, very much just like Disney in
Okay.
that regard.
Well, and that sets a stage for this whole thing as well. It kind of helps you know both sides because, Tim Sweeney has been very outspoken. not just with Apple, but remember with Steam. And that, that was a big deal, what, a year or two ago. And it's amazing how one game has basically made them enough money that he has a platform large enough to get people's attention.
Failed game, by the way. Love to
Yeah.
see it. That's why I say let's not call them greedy just yet, because remember, their their game was not like this in the beginning. Their game failed. Their game actually was like
Fun.
League of Legends, where it built itself to be good.
Mm-hmm.
League of Legends, a lot of people hated it in the beginning. A lot of people hated Fortnite in the beginning. And then before Fortnite, remember, it was Fortnite Save the World co-op.
Which is
And
what I
that
liked, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
flopped,
that was super fun.
but it flopped.
It did flop,
Yeah.
but it was super fun.
It was super fun for like 2 weeks. People got into it and they're like, that's cool. Yeah, fuck this.
Exactly.
Flop. So they took the assets and they created something that had potential. It was bad, but it had potential. And they were like, it's like the I'm not going to use that analogy. It was bad and now it's good. So really what this is that a company who had a failure and willed themselves to be good outmaneuvered Apple. And it's kind of hard to say that it outmaneuvered Apple, because Apple, the iTunes store, has some of the most annoying things to go through to get your content on it. Not
man.
iTunes, but like just
No,
getting your
it
app
does.
on an Apple platform. It's annoying to get done. So they saw fit to approve it and put it on their platform. I don't think they have a leg to stand on now that they're making, peso bucks and not seeing a dime from it. Like Apple's not seeing a dime from it. So
Well, and it's a free-to-play game, so the download itself, you got to remember that they do support it in terms of they store it on their servers for iOS. It always has to run through their authentication, so it's not like it's completely free to house it on their end either. And if they don't see any profit from the game itself, like, what is the purpose of them, or what is their reason to really keep it on their store apart from kids will ask for an iPhone because they can play Fortnite.
because it would be singling out a company, because there are plenty of other free apps on their store that make money through their own in-app purchases. And so it would be, if they aren't charging anyone else that has a free app on their store proceeds from their personal cash shops or earnings,
Mhm.
it will
No, I thought
never
they
stand
did.
up in court.
See, I thought that they had, because I thought that you had to basically, hook in any of your payment systems to either, the Google Play Store if you're on Android or iOS. And then if you have a Windows phone, I don't know what you do normally, but
I don't know, and that's something that we would have to look. I don't think so though, because it. I guess I would ask the question: why wasn't that a part of them signing up? Right? Like, I guess one of those questions should be: will your app have an in-app cash shop? Yes or no?
well,
Yes. Okay. Before we approve this, you have to agree to a percentage here that we'll be taking from that cash shop that you guys sell,
yeah.
because we're housing your app.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't
So
forget
again,
they
this is
agreed to it.
this is just outmaneuvering.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't in their original contract to sit there and say, yeah, you get some of our microtransactions, well, guess what? We pulled one over on you, Apple, and you're going to have to deal with that
But see,
amended
that
for your
is the
future.
And
key.
if they're
It
not
was.
doing it for other apps, and that's
Right.
the key note right there. If
Yeah.
other free apps on the what is it? Is iTunes? Is it? I don't
iOS.
fucking know.
I think
iOS
it's just the
App Store
App Store, yeah.
isn't paying a cover charge for that that in-store purchasing. They don't have a leg to stand on, because at this point,
Nope.
this is something brand new. They would have to rewrite their entire terms of service and giving everybody a certain amount of notice saying, hey, look, if you're making money inside this app and you're free on our platform, you have this amount of days to agree to whether or not you're going to allow us to take X amount of percentage of those proceeds.
Well, let's keep so apparently the App Store terms, the general terms, do state that Apple receives a 30% cut of any sales made through the app. And the thing is, this is where, you know, I
Well, now was
find it
that
weird
in
that I'm on
place?
Tim Sweeney's
Was
side.
was that in place when
Yes.
Fortnite was
Yes.
first put out on the market?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
that's the
That
thing.
that's
They signed
that's
up
always
knowing
been
this. And so
yeah.
that's where they lose their leg to stand on, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah, get good, noob.
you know, you can't sign up for this and then suddenly be like, that's too much money. Be like, well, bitch, you signed up for it. So sorry. Um, and the thing is, they kind of won a little bit in court because they did get a permanent injunction. I guess on September 10th, Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California um, requires Apple to allow developers to push their users to third-party payment systems. I guess the one good thing that came out of this is that they were judged to not have a monopoly, which, I mean, a monopoly thing, that would really screw them up. So I would rather any one app, no matter how profitable it may be, get away with pushing, people to a third-party payment system if it avoided a monopoly. I can't remember what it's called when they actually institute all the kind of things that they put in place when they judge that something is a monopoly. So they split it up, and make it form different entities is what I was looking for.
Are you talking about the thing where it's not actually a monopoly because there's other methods and other competition and other avenues,
Yes.
but it's still more? That's called an oligopoly.
Is it? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I learned something today. Where do you guys stand on this? With Apple or with Epic? Or do you even care enough?
I think legally, after looking at it and seeing that they do charge for in-game apps and things like that, but they did change their policy to make it friendlier for smaller developers and stuff like that. Yeah, they're probably gonna have to pay, or they're gonna have to take the app off. And I think at this point, honestly, I don't know who it hurts more. I'd love to see Fortnite stick it to the man and be like, all right, that's fine. We're taking our shit off. It's cool. We don't need you. I'd love to see that stance from it because honestly, I do feel like, the creators of Fortnite and even Epic in general, they're not that big,
No.
selfish company. Even Epic, and I want to talk about that a little bit more. Epic got a lot of flack for their launcher, and people didn't want, they don't want another launcher on their computer, yada yada yada.
Store still sucks.
It does, man.
Say whatever the hell you want about their store. They offer out tons of free games every week, and it's amazing.
They do.
I honestly, I like Epic.
Yeah.
I don't like the way their store is laid out.
I don't like
But
exclusives.
Epic in general versus Steam, I do like Epic a bit better in terms of what they do for the community.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, with all the the free stuff that they give out and the fact that they have not stopped. I figured that was just going to be something they did for a while as they were trying to get their store established.
And it continues.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I just got 2 games earlier today
and it's solid stuff. It's not, not all of it is solid, but there's been some solid things that I've picked up and been like, damn, did not expect to get this for free. Hell yeah.
True.
I'm on the side of Apple because I like watching bad things happen to Fortnite.
Oh my god.
I'm so tempted to be right there with Nick because I don't like Fortnite as a game. I can't stand it.
You don't have to like it as a game. You have to respect what it's done for pop culture, though.
Oh, really?
You do.
Do I have to respect what it did
absolutely
to pop culture?
I see it.
Yes, because
I
it
see
hasn't done anything negative to pop culture. It's brought people together.
I see it as a necessary evil, and that's about it.
It's brought people together whether you like it or not. Now,
Yeah, it has.
I'm not the biggest fan of Fortnite. I played it by myself. I played it with my kids. I've had fun with Fortnite. I've suffered through the dances and all the other crap, but at the end of the day, you can see a 60-year-old man doing a Fortnite dance. You can see a 9-year-old doing a Fortnite dance, and
I'll back you up.
that's a great thing.
You get a lot of people that are sitting there saying oh, poo-poo on Fortnite for this, that, and the other thing. Then they turn around, play Call of Duty, buy the skins, do the little emotes, I mean, like
That's
Judge
fair.
Dredd, I guess, is the newest character from what I heard in Call of Duty. I'm laughing about it.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Who
but
knows?
it's the same thing. Like if you can deal with Call of Duty doing this, and no one's giving Call of Duty shit about that. Fuck off with Fortnite. That
Well,
one's. I mean, even if it's for
and
the kids, it's for the grown-ups. It's like whatever. Leave them alone.
they've given, like I said, they've given something for everybody to come together with. Like the in-game concerts, those are honestly really cool. And again,
Right.
kids and their parents, and even if you don't have, kids, if they've had artists that everyone would love,
Right.
or like. They're very very conscious in what their community is and who their community is, and coming out with content and
Right.
updates for them.
And
That's why
dare
they're
I
big.
say, yeah, and dare I say, and I'm gonna phrase this in a different way, but in the time of cholera, we're still bringing people together in a social atmosphere and still being able to let them get together in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
Thank you for
So
not using the actual word. I hope we haven't said
Yeah,
it
no, I
anywhere
took
else.
that into account.
Oh, I forgot that like blacklists your video right out of the gate.
oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually funny you say COD because like COD at one point was another game I listed as a necessary evil. Like COD, League of Legends, necessary evils to me.
Agree.
Well, all right. Let's look at the
Yeah.
larger implication here, though, because
That's
what
the
what I mean
implication
by
for
that
me.
is the fact that it could take 5 years for this appeals process to play out, where they're trying to get back into the iOS store. Now, I doubt it'll take that long if they do get reinstated, which at this time it kind of looks like Apple doesn't really care if they do. But the point is, it sends a message, I think, to other apps not to challenge Apple in any sort of public or courtroom, manner. Because
Mhm.
if you do, we'll just get rid of you, and that's it. You're done.
I'll see, and I'm going to take the other stance. I think it's a notion to challenge Apple and to force them to spend the time and the revenue and things to do this kind of thing. Because let's face it, Fortnite ain't hurting off of this.
Oh,
It's
That-
it's
Oh,
not.
yeah,
It ain't
no.
hurting off of this.
You know
It's
what? That's the funny
cross-play
thing
between
is that
PlayStation and the computer. It's not hurting off of this at all.
the funny thing is that neither one of these combatants, I guess you could say, are hurting either way, right? That's the really funny thing with all of
it's
this.
like a rich
It's
people
it's a
food fight.
pissing contest. And I
Yeah.
think ultimately, we're going to see positive things for smaller developers, and we're already seeing it because
Yeah.
Apple's changed their terms of services and their agreements to be better for small time developers.
Okay, I can see what you
But-
mean.
The one thing that does suck, and what I will openly admit would be a problem, is if Fortnite got outright removed, users who strictly play it on iOS and have invested money in it, that money is now gone.
Unless
You
they
know?
choose to play it on a new platform, in which case, I mean, if you
Well, that's why I mean, like strictly iOS.
yeah, like, and if you, because I definitely in coursework I deal with a lot of Apple stuff and a lot of Apple junkies basically, and if you are like an Apple junkie, you don't really want to mess with any other platform, and I think that's fair of anybody. Like, you pick what you like the most, and then the other platform, it becomes an us and them sort of situation. So if you were only on iOS, what do you do? Like, you don't want to buy a PC just to play Fortnite.
Now, thing with that too is I'm wondering if it was kind of like a grandfathering situation where if you had it, you can keep it. You can transfer it to the next phone and stuff like that. Because a lot of apps that do that, especially contract style apps, and I'm speaking from slight experience having seen this in a different job, but if you have an app on a platform and they decide to no longer offer it, they can't forcibly delete it off of their service. It won't ever get an upgrade. You won't ever be able to download it if you accidentally delete it, etc. But people that have it, I think, still have it. I don't know how true that is going to ring with Fortnite, but I do know that happens with other applications on that type of platform.
Well, as a multiplayer only title, that would still leave you pretty screwed if you couldn't update. It would depend, but I mean, I would assume that all of those are tied to the iOS or the Apple Store. Uh, the thing is, you remember, like they removed Fortnite, but they did reinstate like the oh shit, the Unreal engines and like the UX design materials, everything that you could use for that. Um, has all been reinstated for other developers to use. But Fortnite itself has been completely removed, as far as I'm aware, from iOS and Mac platforms. So, I mean, it kind of sucks for them, but I think you're right, Cedric. I forgot about PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Android, um, and any other platform. Linux. I don't know if there's a Linux version. I assume there is, but uh, it's hard to tell. I don't think it's really that big of a deal, to be honest.
It's non-news.
No.
I mean, it's news because we're bringing it to you. It's non-news.
But at the end of the day, it's not going to impact. I don't think a whole
No.
lot of
Nobody's losing their job over this. I mean, they have all sorts of other things, and if anything, I mean, Fortnite should probably be like, haha, got y'all for X amount of time later.
I want to know who Tim Sweeney goes after next. We should start a poll to see.
Dude, I want to see Apple and Disney fight.
Ooh.
Mm.
That would be... Oof.
Apple loses that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. It would be funny as hell, though.
No one can beat Disney.
No one at all.
Disney solos the verse, and it's not even close.
Disney solos the world. Oh, it's a raid boss. That'd be hilarious. All right,
like, Mickey Mouse is stronger than communism. This shit's crazy.
X.
You saw what he did to that Jonas brother on South Park? That was amazing. Loved that episode so much.
Oh, man.
Hopefully that didn't just get our video blacklisted.
I don't know. You didn't say anything out of the ordinary.
Oh, who knows? You can't even tell anymore. It's not like there's an official list. You just got to look at your view count and be like, shit, we said something.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Because I know we mentioned double-sided dildos in the fucking Saints Row video. And
that did great. Let's talk about it more.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Tim Sweeney should release next in Fortnite. We'll see
like to match mine with my shirts. Thank you very much.
What's your favorite flavor? Stop. Okay. Anyways. Purple.
Purple's not a flavor.
Robitussin.
Robitussin's a flavor.
My man's out here trying to robotussle.
And now we have entered slap happy territory.
We have.
All right.
Thank you for sticking with us, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let us know your opinion. On which one you would pick. Not in a fight, but because Apple would win. But
you know what? This might actually be a premise for a new segment where we could say, like, company against company, like who do you all want to win, like, but out of real news,
like the shittiest version of Celebrity Deathmatch.
Exactly, right? What I was thinking. Yes.
Completely for it.
Oh yeah. All right, so Apple versus Fortnite. Fight.
Apple wins.
Ooh, Apple wins.
Yeah.
Apple wins the battle, but Fortnite wins the war.
Yeah. As it gets wheeled out of the stadium in a wheelchair.
With thousands of dollars. I mean, it's never mind. I'm not even going to open that door.
Well, again, we're probably beating the horse. It's very dead. But,
Oblivion.
Yeah,
dude, it's an oil stain in the road now.
Let us know what you think, and also if you have any company versus company ideas, we'd be more than willing to be silly enough to do that video. So
we'll be announcers.
Right. So thank you again for hanging out with us tonight. And we will see you all next week. Take care.
Good night.
The most low impact exit.
I love it. Dude, well, because I'm just thinking now of like